ANC National Chair Gwede Mantashe gave a stunning warning to DA federal leader Helen Zille in an unusual outburst from the steps of the Union buildings, accusing her of behaving like a parallel president. Please kindly hit on the subscribe button as we go into the details. With his ferocious and stylized language, Mantashe portrayed Zille as the biggest danger to South Africa's government of national unity since apartheid. We have never seen such blatant efforts to weaken the cornerstones of our democracy. With a shout that echoed across the gathered reporters and spectators, Mantashe bellowed. Helen Zille's actions constitute a full-scale attack on the stability and unity of our country, not simply political posturing. Mantashe stated that Zille's recent public appearances and utterances were intended to provide the impression of dual leadership in the nation, and this is how the drama played out. Mantashe said that Zille had been visiting the regions with her usual passion, speaking to crowds as if she were the head of state. He waved a stack of photos allegedly showing Zille cutting ribbons, greeting foreign guests, and even conducting spontaneous news conferences with a mock presidential seal behind her. Zille is acting as though she holds the highest office in the land, he said. This is madness, not leadership. Mantashe continued his tirade after that. He said that Zille was running a shadow government and that her activities were more than simply political theater. Rather, they were a planned attempt to steal authority away from the genuine government. Her actions pose the greatest danger to the continued existence of our national unity government, Mantashe said, his expression a picture of furious determination. If this keeps on, all that our country has come to represent may come to an end. Mantashe made dramatic accusations, but Zille was unmoved and shot back, calling Mantashe's statements absurd and theatrical. She said that what she was doing was in line with active resistance and democratic participation. South Africans wait anxiously to see whether this conflict will usher in a new age of unheard-of political drama, or just be another chapter in the country's lively democratic tale as the political storm gathers steam. Once more, ANC Secretary-General Gwede Mantashe recently made a political commentary in which he drew stark comparisons between the Democratic Alliance, DA, the MK Party, and the Economic Freedom Fighters, EFF, contending that their approaches to politics are essentially the same. Mantashe's criticism is in response to current debates over coalition dynamics and political alignments. He said that the EFF and MK Party eventually agree with the DA on a number of important topics, particularly those pertaining to economic policy and governance tactics, despite their divergent rhetoric and objectives. Mantashe claims that this alignment highlights a larger trend of ideological convergence among the main political parties in South Africa. In the political sphere, the DA, the MK Party, and the EFF may seem to be rivals, but Mantashe said that there is a clear parallel between their strategies and objectives. He emphasized that the three parties have shown a similar approach to economic management and governance, and that they all place a high priority on market-driven solutions. As the DA has traditionally been seen as a centrist party in South African politics, he said that this makes it harder to distinguish between them and the party. Political experts and party leaders in South Africa are anticipated to discuss Mantashe's remarks. They call into question the real ideological divide between these parties and urge the people to reevaluate the political system. Both the EFF and the MK Party have responded by rejecting Mantashe's portrayal and highlighting their devotion to various policy platforms and political ideologies. They contend that Mantashe's remarks are a calculated effort to denigrate their policies and lessen their clout in South African politics. Mantashe's comments bring a new level of nuance to the continuing conversation about party politics and ideological alignment as the political landscape in South Africa changes. In the political sphere, the DA, the MK Party, and the EFF may seem to be rivals, but Mantashe said that there is a clear parallel between their strategies and objectives. He emphasized that the three parties have shown a similar approach to economic management and governance, and that they all place a high priority on market-driven solutions. As the DA has traditionally been seen as a centrist party in South African politics, he said that this makes it harder to distinguish between them and the party. Political experts and party leaders in South Africa are anticipated to discuss Mantashe's remarks. They push the public to reevaluate the political environment and cast doubt on the actual ideological distinctions between these parties.